Hello viewers, welcome to the Cookery Show on India and Tracks. Today I am going to prepare a very different dish. It's lamb chops in whole spices. I have about half kilo of lamb chops which I've already marinated with lime juice and a little bit of yogurt. I've marinated overnight and now I've just washed it and I have it here. I have about 1 cup of whisked yogurt, about 6 to 7 onions sliced, ginger juliennes. I have some coriander, chopped coriander, ghee, and here for the spices I have whole red chilies, some whole peppercorns, whole coriander seeds, cumin seeds, some turmeric powder, ginger garlic paste. I have these whole spices here which are, I have a bay leaf, I have some cardamom, cloves and cinnamon, some salt, and this is kasturi methi. The first step in this recipe is you need to roast all these whole spices which I have here. First you add the coriander seeds. This is about 2 tablespoons. You add the red chilies. I have about 1.5 teaspoons of cumin seeds, about half teaspoon of peppercorns. There will be about 20 peppercorns in that. You're going to dry roast these and then grind it to a nice fine powder. These spices have been roasted for about 5 to 10 minutes. You can see the color has changed slightly. I'm going to turn off the stove. Once it cools down, you have to grind it into a nice fine powder. So this is your main masala. First you add some ghee to the kadai, maybe about 1 or 2 tablespoons, and add a little bit of oil as well. To this I'm going to add all the whole spices, bay leaf, the cinnamon, cardamom and the clove. After a few seconds, just add the sliced onions. Now we're going to saute the onions nicely. Now you can see the onions have been sauteed nicely, nice brown color. I'm going to add masala powder which has been ground into a nice fine powder. I'm going to add all of it. This is the red chilies, the coriander, cumin and the peppercorns. Just mix it all in there. So once you've added the masala powder, we are going to add the chops, the lamb chops. As I have already mentioned to you that these chops have been already marinated. This is to tenderize the meat. Marinated with lime juice and a little bit of yogurt. So mix it all in there. Just make sure the masala is coating all the chops, all the pieces. So now you can see the pieces have been all coated nicely. Add some turmeric to this, about maybe a 1/4 teaspoon. Now I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons of ginger garlic paste to this and a little bit of salt. So mix it. After adding the ginger garlic paste and all the spices, I can get some lovely aroma here. You can see the color has changed. Now I'm going to add a little bit of water to this just to get all the masala out. So after a few minutes, see all the water has been absorbed. You can add the yogurt that has been sitting here, whisk it a bit, just pour it into the kadai and mix it nicely. About 1 cup of curd. Make sure the curd is fresh and not sour, so it will give a nice flavor to the curry. The curd is also nicely blended into this. Pour enough water to cover the meat. So this has to cook till the meat is nice and tender. Close the lid. As you can see, the chops have been cooking for about 45 minutes. To this I'm going to add the kasturi methi now. You can see the oil has also separated. Just mix it. And now would be a good time to check for seasoning. So if you need to add a little salt, you can taste it and then add a little. So I'm going to season it with a little bit of salt. You close it for another 10 minutes and then your lamb chops will be ready. The chops are done. You can see it's giving out a lovely aroma. The kasturi methi just does wonders to any dish. You can see the water has reduced and you have a nice thick gravy now. The meat is nice and tender. I'm going to transfer this into a nice serving dish. Just garnish it with a few coriander leaves. You can remove the bay leaves before serving, and I'm just garnishing with a few juliennes of ginger, fresh ginger there. So there you have lamb chops in whole spices. You can have this dish with chapatis or with pulao or any rice. It's a very nice side dish and goes well with anything.